everybody, Double J 101 back again with another video, and today we are going to switch it up a little bit and get away from the Legacy line and go ahead and look at Buzzworthy Bumblebee Origins Jazz. Brand new off the shelves, and this figure is I think just now hitting targets everywhere, or it's starting to come here and there. I've seen it so far one time here around where we are. And overall, I mean, it's an interesting figure. I mean, I wouldn't say he's bad. I wouldn't say he's great. I would say it's definitely a different take overall, and I do enjoy the figure. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at this Jazz. We'll see that it has nice white paint with some blue as well. A little bit of shiny metallic paint here at the lights, some red at the bottom. This, like I said, is all painted. They got the silver and the blue visor on the face. White, black plastic pretty much throughout. The hands, I've noticed that at least right here, this is actually painted too. I think this is all black plastic, and you can tell mine has already had a chip kind of come out, and I noticed that. I would say it might have came that way, but actually when I was transforming this thing, I saw it come out. It landed in my lap, and a little disappointing. I hope it doesn't start flaking the more I do this, but yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Really, he's very tight overall. All the joints and tolerances are really nice. I mean, this guy is not moving whatsoever. The articulation, pretty much the norm that you would see for most things. Let's go ahead and take the weapon and move it aside for a minute. Articulation, we have the arms, they rotate all the way around. The bicep swivel, we have thigh swivel, legs go up and back, just like this. Is that another? No, okay, just a speck. Worried that was another thing. Yeah, so go up, go back, kind of the sculpt and the backpack kind of get in the way for it to go fully, but I mean, it's pretty much there. The legs are a little bigger and kind of in the way, but they do fine. One of the nicest things about the articulation is this ankle rocker is a super ultra mega rocker, really. I mean, compared to some of these figures, this is pretty intense. I like it. It breaks the sculpt, but I do like it. Another nice articulation standpoint of upgrading is right here. It has a little bit of a butterfly joint. And I mean, a little bit is more than you get really out of any of it. So, yeah, overall, I mean, it's a nice figure. It's very stiff, and it's hardy all over. I love to complain about this, but another opening there on the forearm. I just feel like if they would maybe find some way to just, in the budget somewhere, I don't know what they could cut out to make this work, but just put a panel here. I mean, or something to just cover that up. I think it'd tie everything together and just make it all look, any of the figures that have that, just make them look a little better. Accessory-wise, it comes with his pistol right there. Looks pretty nice overall. Just black plastic. Very well made. And we also have the hook right here, which isn't too bad. And this clip also where the hook can go into, like so. Just like that. And what you can also do, you can take either of his hands. They work on both sides. You just take the hand, fold it in, which leaves a opening. You can peg that in, just like so. And you can give his grappling hook, which, cool. I mean, not necessity. Oh, hey, look at that. There you go. There goes my complaint. There's a little bit of cover up. Just got to keep that in one side. But yeah, overall, pretty cool. Little accessory there. Nice little added addition. But that's about it for the accessories. For comparison, I'll bring out the Origins Bumblebee to get a good size comparison there. Until he's only a little bit bigger. And we'll bring in a Siege Rainmaker Acid Storm to kind of get a feel of how the size compares to a Voyager. And, alright, why not bring in trusty old Needle Nose here. Give a good view of how he compares in size there. I mean, he's small, and Enjoy factor, he might be worth the price point, but I mean, when it came to this guy, he went on sale at some point. I would say that he will go on sale at some point too. Okay, on to transformation. It's a little finicky. There's some parts that just kind of seem like they get in their own way, and I mean, you'll see as it goes. So first, what we'll do, we'll just rotate the hands in and the forearms like that. We will then unpeg the chest. This chest, it slots in for mine, and it stays in okay, but I mean, it comes out pretty easily, so be aware of that. Make his head just straight enough, and we're going to bring this piece up and just kind of cover it up for the moment. This backpack will then rotate forward on this hinge. When it does, these arms are going to come down, and it's probably just better to get them out of your way before you even start doing that. And once we do that, we're going to, there's these slots on the hands. Go ahead and face those downwards like so, which will then connect to the legs once we get those all moved up. So at the top, like I said, move this forward. It's going to come forward as much as it can, and then this piece will then rotate back. We'll just leave it right there to make sure it doesn't get in the way. Down here for the legs, the best way I find to do the transformation with these, just get the feet in and then go ahead and rotate the feet out of the way. This right here is a clip that clips in. There's no good way to get that undone unless you move this out of the way. Now, you can get your fingernail in there and just kind of get it in between, or if you got a spudger, you can use that too, and just get it unclicked like that. Once this comes out, it only goes a certain way if you have the feet still out like this. So go ahead and push those back in, which then will move this far enough out where you can bring the panel out and get that out of the way. Same on this side, just move this out of the way. Go ahead and undo that clip right there. Bring that out a little bit, bring the foot back in, and bring this out to ungo the panel. And then we can start to fold in the legs on that hinge right there, which will get that nice and even. Bring this down. You can open the door, get that out of the way. This will then audibly click together. Same with this side. We will then move the leg backwards like so. Get that lined up. Bring this down. Click it together. And then these two, there is a peg and a peg. And peg this, as long as it's all lined up leg-wise. Click it to get, you know what? I don't know if that's all the way in there. There we go. Click that together like so. Now, I will tell you before we continue, when you do transform this guy from this to back to his robot mode, or even when you get him out of the package, this part will be connected. And when you try to take it apart, it starts to come apart like this. And man, I'm telling you, if you keep doing it like this, it sure feels like something's going to break. It's not, but it's just how these pegs are connected. There's just something about them that when they're connected, it really just feels like you're about to break it. So just FYI, when you do it, you're not going to break it. Well, hopefully you won't break it. So here on the car, we're going to head and there is this peg right here and the slot right there on the hand. Go ahead and line that up. Get that pegged in nicely. We can bring the front back down again if it moved. Bring the windshield down. This right here will also, it kind of rotates out and you see the cool Autobot logo. And you can bring this down. It's a little difficult because there's not a great clearance right here, if you can't tell. So you got to kind of warp the plastic around it, and it folds in just nicely once you do. Once you get that there, you kind of click this back piece together, like so. The hands hopefully should have stayed together. Now, technically, and I have not had this happen right the whole time I've transformed this, but there is a slot right here in the hand, and then there's a slot, or there's a peg right there on the door. It's supposed to go in flush and click in to the hand to give some stability. Now, it goes, okay, there you go. It goes in, and it doesn't click in or anything, but it just kind of slides in that peg. And then this right here has a weird kind of peg to it too, which kind of goes around and clicks in. So you kind of, again, got to warp it around the plastic and push it together. Now to the other side, do the same thing. Get it lined up, get it around, and kind of force it together. And that should be everything for Jazz and his space vehicle car mode thing. So really, I mean, this guy, so when you get him in this mode, he's like a brick. I mean, you throw him across a room, you probably hurt somebody pretty well. I mean, because he's not loose whatsoever. It's a very solid piece of plastic. He looks really nice in this mode. This does have that problem, and I don't know if the camera is showing it or not, but there is some difference in colors with the whites and its mode. Oops, excuse me. It's mostly because of this plastic, this see-through, you know, the clear plastic, and there are some paint scuffs that I'm getting as well here and there. Some paint problems back there. It's just QC problems. You know, your own copy may vary. I mean, it's just probably my luck with this one. Just some little scuffs here and there with the guy, but really, vehicle mode, I mean, besides the arms and the bottom kind of showing there, if you have them down like that, you're not going to see it. It looks pretty nice. You can take the gun, stick it into the top here, to kind of finish the look. But yeah, that's about it for his vehicle mode. Now for some comparisons, let's go ahead and do Jazz next to the Bumblebee from the Origins, I guess Tentacle Origins line, or Buzzworthy Bumblebee. And then we will do next to a Cybertronian Seeker. Overall, looks pretty Cybertronian to me. I guess it does what it needs to do. I think it looks pretty nice, especially in this mode. I really do enjoy this mode compared to the robot mode. I don't know if it's just the fact that how thick and chunky he is, or if it's just a neat little vehicle, but I do have to say I like this mode better. I don't know how I almost forgot to show him off with the actual Jazz from Studio Series, but there you go. There's a good view of both of them together. So far, I feel like I'm pretty lucky to not have a Jazz that's yellowing, even though the more I see him here in this light, I just hope that's just off-white. Boy, I just hope that's off-white. And there he is in robot mode next to the Studio Series Jazz. And really, I think I like the new Origins head sculpt better than I do the other one. But, I mean, for the most part, they both do pretty well to give a good representation of Jazz. But, I mean, now I see them next to each other, I'm leaning more towards the whole color scheme of the Origins. But overall, that's about it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you want to, like I said, pick this figure up, check out your Targets, your Hasbro Pulse. I know you can probably still pre-order it on both of those two, or if you just look in stores, they're going to be plentiful, I'm sure. There was like 8 in a case for the Bumblebee. I'm sure that's probably what these guys are going to be. Just keep an eye out. Otherwise, if you like this video, please leave a like, subscribe if you want to subscribe. Other than that, thanks again for watching, and stay tuned for more videos. Talk to you next time.